Hi friends, my name is Debbie Abel and today we're going to be painting this cute building. This is in Hyde Park, Florida. We were here for the holidays. I saw this building and I thought it was cute enough, so I decided to take a picture and then painted it. So this is where we're going to be painting today. So let's jump in and get started. We're going to start off by putting our yellow ochre. This is going to be all the way in the building where the bricks are going to be. So we're going to put a very light color, lots of water, not too much pigment. And we're going to apply this all in the areas where our bricks are going to be. I'm using a flat brush because for me this is the easiest way to apply this on buildings, but you can use any brush that you have. Don't forget the top, we have some bricks over there. So for the door and all of the white areas, we're gonna put masking fluid. We wanna keep our white nice and white. We don't want the bricks to move to our door. So we apply the masking fluid with an old brush. Make sure it's an old brush because it's gonna damage your brush. And then we're gonna let this dry completely before we apply any other color. We're gonna put it also here in this part of the roof. And we're gonna make sure it goes all the way around, keeping all those white spaces white. This little statue here and the block for the tree. And we're just gonna apply this. We'll let it dry and we're gonna move to our trunks. So for this one, I'm just using a light gray. This is by mixing ultramarine blue and burnt sienna. Really light on the color. We are gonna put a lot of water, not too much pigment. Then we're gonna move to our sienna and we're gonna keep our highlight on the right hand side and our shadows are gonna be on the left. So we're gonna be adding the darker color to our left hand side and we're gonna keep the lighter color to our right. We're just simple, some brush strokes, nothing crazy, just applying the darker tones to my left side. This is gonna be your shadow. And nothing crazy, it doesn't have to be perfect because later on we're gonna be putting the leaves on top. Now we're gonna start by putting our bricks, and this is 3 different colors. I have a brick color, I have yellow ochre, I have yellow sienna, and umber. And we're just gonna make a brick look alike. So I'm using a little tiny flat brush, but you can use any brush that you have at home. And this is a simple step, so that's why I'm gonna go faster. And it's just applying the bricks to the whole wall. And make sure you mix. Some are lighter, some are darker. You want to mix them in between, some light, some dark, so it looks more natural, more organic, and more realistic. And don't forget too much about it because we're gonna go back with pencil and we're gonna kind of give more definition to the wall. So for now, this is working perfect. And just to make sure you find your perspective and follow those lines, so they kind of give you the kind of look that the building is moving towards the back. And as you can see, this is really simple, nothing complicated. And some are bigger, some are smaller, some you just see a little tip of the brick. And remember to go with your lines. And make sure before you apply any color, the one before that is already dry, or you can skip lines to make sure your paint is already drying. We don't want to be moving the colors too much. We're gonna put the bush on this side, and I'm using my green gold first. Then we're gonna move to our medium, which is my sap green, and then we're gonna apply a darker color, which I been using the Hooker's green, and then at the end I decided to add more definition to the bush, so I use my forest green, which is a really dark color. And make sure you keep your highlights. We don't want to put color in the light areas. We want to keep those areas nice and light, and we're gonna make some darker colors on the other side of the bush. It's gonna blend a little bit because the paint was wet, but we will go back to it. For now, we're moving to the sidewalk, and I'm just using my light gray. This is a mix of ultramarine blue and burnt sienna. Really light on the color, lots of water, not too much pigment. And my water has a little bit of green in it because of the bushes. Make sure you clean your water before you paint, and if you want a really nice light gray, make sure your water is nice and clean. I'm applying the second layer just to make sure it blends with the other part of the sidewalk. I'm doing some splatter with a little bit more texture to my sidewalk, and then I'm gonna be using dry brush technique, and this is my burnt umber, and just applying this and the dirt part. I did a mix for my turquoise. For this part of the sign, it's gonna be the top and the bottom they're gonna have the exact same color, and then the center of the pole is gonna have a darker color, so I'm just using my darker brown with a little bit of Payne's gray. So please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. I will really appreciate it. Make sure you give it a like so other people will be able to watch this video, and maybe they can learn something, maybe a new technique, or maybe just to watch for fun. That will help my channel. And like I said, I just did a mix of my brown and my Payne's gray, just to make it a little bit on the darker side. And this is with a really nice thin brush, just for details. And then I'm moving to make the lines on my bricks. So I'm using a white pencil. You can use a marker if you want. And I'm just giving more definition to the bricks, more highlights, just to make sure all of the marks are in place. Then I'm using the gray for giving some definition to the sidewalk, making those lines and making some lines on the wall of my building, just to make sure it's nice and straight lines. And then for the tree, the easiest way to paint a tree is using a sponge. So this one is from Amazon. They're not expensive, and you have different colors of green. We want light, medium, and dark. And before you apply the darker ones, make sure your previous ones are nice and dry so they don't spread, they don't move around. And then I'm using the forest green to give more definition to the tree. I like darker color on my right. I'm applying a little bit more to these bushes because it was a little bit wet, so the paint kind of spread through the whole bush. So we're just giving more definition to the branches and the bushes. And I'm adding some more texture to the tree. Now we're removing the masking fluid. We're gonna be working on the white. So for this one, I did a mix of yellow ochre and lots of water and a touch of gray. So I'm using my flat brush. It's the easiest way to apply this on a building, and but you can use any brush that you have. And like I said, this is really light on the yellow ochre and just a little touch of the gray. I'm doing this part of the cement part for the sign, and you can, if you get out of the square, you can always do lifting. Now we're gonna be adding some of the texture to this part of the cement or the front door. It had some kind of design built in, so we're just adding a really nice very light gray for making those marks. And it's just a little bit of scribble, nothing crazy. And we're gonna be adding the shadow to the right hand side of the wall. This is where the bush is hiding the sunlight, so that area is going to be a little bit darker than the front. So we're just adding a little bit of the gray, very light, not too much paint. And I'm adding that underneath this white cement, just to give a little bit of the shadow. I'm adding some more texture to the trunk, and I'm just using dry brush and a little bit of my brown, my darker brown, and just going sideways with my brush. Now I'm using a liner brush to add some more branches, or kind of branches inside the tree, just to make it look more natural, more organic. And the more you can wiggle, the better. I'm adding also the branches here for these bushes. Not too many branches because it's really compact. And now I'm gonna make the marks for this part of the building, and I'm using a micron, and this is the skinniest that I have. I think it's like a 0.5, and it's really, really thin. And just put in some marks. You don't have to do this with the marker, you can do it with your brush and some watercolor paint. For me, this is the easiest way to add some more details to the building, but you can use watercolor if you like. Now I'm adding some more lines to the outside of the building, just to make sure it pops a little bit more. And for this part, it's better to use a ruler. It's way better than free-handed. And we're gonna do the inside of the door, adding some more definition, more details. Some of this part here that has double the frame, and I'm adding some of these areas for the frame for the door. Just simple lines, nothing crazy. This is not a realistic painting. I usually paint very free of stress. So pretty much we're doing the final details. We're gonna add some shadow to the door, and that's with the light gray, and pretty much we will be done with the final details. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure you give it a like, and I'm gonna see you on my next one. Take care, friends. Take care for now. Bye bye.